Hello, my name is Luke, and today I would like to talk to you about pet abuse, adoption, and the story of a dog named Chunky, which is truly heartbreaking. Did you know that most animal abuse cases aren't actually reported? And that the most common animals are cats, dogs, and livestock, such as horses or pigs. So your dog is more likely to be attacked than your hamster. Organized cruelty such as dogfights or cockfights are horrible events where people bet and both humans and animals die, and then animals are blamed for their aggressiveness when they are shaped from a young age to kill other animals for their own survival. It is reported that domestic, child, and animal abuse are strongly correlated with each other. And most people don't leave because they fear for their beloved pet. Most abusers can own pets again or in the future, which leads us to the story of Chunky. Chunky was a little dog who was kidnapped and tortured by 4 teens. He was even burned and was dumped on a landfill next to the highway to die. But he was saved and brought home. But these teens can own animals again in the near future. I want it to be, I want the sentence to be for any abusers. Alright, you get 20 years, you fail then, never again. I also want it to be a higher sentence for the ringleaders, such as 30 years. As they wanted to start it, not the others. Please stop trying to eat the floor. Alright. Hey, are you looking for a new pet for you or your family? Well, why don't you consider adoption? An adopted pet is likely already trained and is already loving. And if you take home an adopted pet, it's giving a second chance to an animal that really needs it. In fact, most of these animals are actually abandoned to the shelters, which is tragic. It also could end the puppy mill problems. Because, if you adopt and you don't buy animals. By the way, buying and adoption are not the same thing. Buying is when you go to a store and you buy one. And adoption is when you go to a shelter or you go to someone and you adopt from them. And rescue is a subcategory of adoption. But it could end puppy mills because no one would buy from them if they were all adopting pets. And, well, if no one buys from them, they shut down because they have no business. And it could end the abuse that goes on there. There are dogs with broken legs. There are dogs that are bred until they literally can't breed anymore. It's horrible. And if you don't believe me, go ahead. Here are some pictures. Some pictures of animals that are being abused just for puppies. Thankfully, it's not as common in other animals, but still. Well, thank you for taking the time to listen to me rant about this. Yeah, and I hope this changes your mind and makes you want to stand up for the animals that can't. Oh yeah, by the way, this is my cat, Lila. She is also a rescue. If she seems a little crazy right now, that's because she is. She's being aggressive because she's on catnip. But she's a rescue from my cousin who couldn't keep her anymore for whatever reason. And he really loved this cat. I can tell because she's very loving. Isn't that right, Lilo? No, yes. Ah! Like I said, catnip. Usually she isn't like this. Usually she just calmly sits on the chair.